In history, the Han ethnicity once faced a dark moment nearing genocide. But the internet once circulated that the Wei, Jin, and Northern and Southern dynasties were absurd, yet beautiful. Situated between the powerful Han and the prosperous Tang, it was chaotic for over 400 years. Absurd. It was indeed absurd. Beautiful. Not so much. Once the great Han dynasty passed, history began a long period of chaotic times, and the Northern and Southern dynasties were the tail end of this chaos. In this video, let's understand in one go the incredibly chaotic history of the Northern and Southern dynasties. From 420 AD, when Liu Yu established the Liu Song Dynasty, Southern Song, also known as Liu Song, to 589 AD, when Sui destroyed the Chen Dynasty, Southern Chen. The Northern and Southern dynasties followed the Eastern Jin and 16 kingdoms, and preceded the Sui Dynasty. In total, it lasted for 169 years. At the same time, this was also a period of great ethnic integration. Simply put, the Southern dynasties were when Liu Yu in the south overthrew the Eastern Jin and established the Liu Song. It went through 4 dynasties: Song, Qi, Liang, and Chen. The Northern dynasties began with the Shanbei Tuobei Wei, establishing Northern Wei. It went through Eastern Wei, Western Wei, Northern Qi, and Northern Zhou, 5 dynasties. To clarify the history of the Northern and Southern dynasties, we have to start with Liu Yu destroying the Eastern Jin. In 420 AD, Liu Yu rose to power amidst the chaos of the late Eastern Jin dynasty. He deposed Emperor Gong of Eastern Jin and established Liu Song. After proclaiming himself emperor, he vigorously promoted reforms, employing people from humble backgrounds, and reducing taxes and corvée labor. Through the joint efforts of Liu Yu and his son Liu Yilong, they ushered in the rule of Yuanzhi. But Emperor Wen of Song, Liu Yilong, died because of witchcraft curses, killed by Crown Prince Liu Shao. After Liu Shao killed his father and seized the throne, he was emperor for only 3 months before being defeated by Liu Jun, who led troops to punish the rebel. During his reign, Liu Jun carried out military reforms, defeated Northern Wei, and recovered lost territories north of the Ji River. But in the late period of his rule, he was extremely licentious. He had to have any woman he fancied. This also triggered internal strife within the imperial clan. From then on, Liu Song began to decline. After this, the emperors of Liu Song were weirder one after another. First, there was the former deposed emperor Liu Xie, who imprisoned his 6 uncles and raised them like pigs. Then came the cruel and violent, later deposed Emperor Liu Yu, who was unhappy if he didn't kill someone daily. But he messed with the wrong person. He had to go mess with Prime Minister Xiao Daocheng. As a result, he was counter-killed. Liu Song thus became the Xiao family's Southern Qi. Although Southern Qi established by Xiao Daocheng only lasted for 24 years, its melodramatic stories were no less than any other dynasty. Prodigal sons appeared one after another. First came Xiao Zhaoxi, who only knew how to spend money. In just 1 year he spent the Xiao family's fortune clean. At this time, his uncle Xiao Luan couldn't stand it anymore. "Leave some for me at least." So Xiao Luan killed Xiao Zhaoxi, and supported Xiao Zhaowen to ascend the throne. But this Xiao Luan, in order to save money, didn't even let Xiao Zhaowen eat fish. A month later, Xiao Luan simply killed Xiao Zhaowen directly, and ascended the throne himself. To prevent his descendants from repeating the mistakes of the previous dynasty, Xiao Luan kept telling his descendants, "Do not let others act before you." But unexpectedly his son Xiao Baozhuan was a fool. He only understood the superficial meaning of his father's words. Usually before others could speak, if he didn't like the look of someone, he'd kill them first. Whenever he went out, he would clear the whole street. He slaughtered almost all the ministers in the court. Despite his cruelty, he spared no expense in chasing girls. He carved the gold from the treasury into lotus flowers for his girl to walk on. This is called lotus growing with every step. Until 500 AD, when Xiao Yan, inspector of Yongzhou, raised troops to crusade against Xiao Baozhuan. Even when they reached Jiankang, Xiao Baozhuan still felt indifferent. In the end, his head was chopped off by a eunuch. Southern Qi thus became Southern Liang. Speaking of Emperor Wu of Liang, Xiao Yan, he was quite a legendary figure. The entire Southern Liang lasted for 55 years, and he alone occupied 47 years. During his reign he was diligent in government affairs, set up suggestion boxes to widely accept advice, and once defeated Northern Wei in the Battle of Zhongli, maintaining a balanced situation between North and South. But Xiao Yan went astray while being emperor. He became a monk 4 times, forcing the imperial court to use 1 billion coins multiple times, to redeem him back to secular life. It also started with Xiao Yan using imperial power to forbid monks and nuns from eating meat, allowing only vegetarian food. Originally a good bodhisattva emperor, his later years were very miserable. His brother had an affair with his daughter, and plotted to usurp the throne. Even his son was not his own biological son, and even defected to the enemy country during battle. After the outbreak of the rebellion of Haojing, Xiaoyan was imprisoned and eventually starved to death. Afterward, the southern Liang royal family, in order to fight for status, invited wolves into the house, seeking Northern Qi and Western Wei as foreign aid. This caused large areas of southern Liang land to be occupied, and the strength of the southern dynasties was greatly weakened. This established the situation of weak south, strong north. In 557 AD, Chen Baxian deposed the emperor and established himself, changing the state name to Chen. He is also the only person in history to use his own surname as the dynasty name. Facing the strong invasion of Northern Qi, Chen Baxian successfully stabilized the situation. After 4 generations of emperors striving to become strong, the economy of Jiangnan gradually recovered. They even defeated Northern Zhou at one point, occupying the land of Huainan. Until 582 AD, after Chen Shibao succeeded to the throne, he indulged in wine and women, neglecting state affairs, leading to the daily decline of the Chen dynasty's national strength. Finally, in 589 AD, Emperor Wen of Sui, Yang ordered his son Yang Guang to lead the army to capture Jiangkang. The Chen dynasty perished. As for the history of the northern dynasties, it is relatively easier to understand compared to the southern dynasties. In 386 AD, a nomadic tribe in northern China, Tuoba Gui, of the Xianbei ethnicity, took advantage of the fragmentation of former Qin to establish Northern Wei. At this time, the political center of the Central Plains had moved south. Various ethnic forces established states one after another. Among them, there were 16 stronger states. Under the leadership of the third emperor, Tuoba Tao, Northern Wei used 13 years to unify the north, facing the southern dynasties across the river. At this time, Northern Wei, in order to avoid maternal interference in politics, once a son was selected as the heir to the throne, the biological mother would be ordered to die. It was precisely this tradition that inadvertently created the later Great Ethnic Integration. In 471 AD, the young Emperor Shenwen abdicated to his 5-year-old crown prince Tuoba Hong. His foster mother, Lady Feng, as Grand Empress Dowager, held court from behind a screen. Lady Feng, who was Han Chinese, arranged for Tuoba Hong to study Confucian classics from a young age. Lady Feng believed that for Northern Wei to have long-term peace and stability, the only way out was Sinicization. So Tuoba Hong issued an edict prohibiting the Xianbei custom of same-surname marriage. And in 493 AD, under the pretext of attacking Qi, he moved south secretly, moving the capital to Luoyang, fully opening the era of Sinicization. Tuoba Hong issued an edict requiring all Xianbei people to change to Han clothing and use the Chinese language. He personally arranged for Tuoba nobles to intermarry with prominent Han families, blending their bloodlines, thereby gaining recognition from the Central Plains clans. In 496 AD, Tuoba Hong ordered all Xianbei nobles to change to Han surnames. Tuoba Hong henceforth changed his name to Yuan Hong. To promote Sinicization, Yuan Hong did not hesitate to execute the crown prince who killed his Han teacher. He used his life's effort to promote great ethnic integration, but every dynasty will produce a prodigal son. By the time the last emperor of Northern Wei, Yuan Shu, was on the throne, he lusted after women, not even sparing his own sisters. He had no ability, yet loved to show off. Yuan Shu didn't want to be controlled by General Gao Huan, so he fled to Chang'an to defect to Yuan Tai. Gao Huan saw this and thought, there are plenty of emperors, fists are the hard truth. So he set up a new puppet emperor. Thus, Northern Wei split into Western Wei and Eastern Wei. But since ancient times, puppet emperors don't live long. Soon, Yuan Tai and Gao Huan deposed their emperors and declared themselves emperors. From then on, the north became Northern Zhou and Northern Qi. But this Emperor Wenchuan of Northern Qi, Gao Yang, was simply a pervert. He liked to kill people when drunk, and even used women's thigh bones to make pipers, lutes. The subsequent emperors were more lustful than the last. One even took his concubine to battle, and waited for her to finish her makeup before fighting. Whoever can fight, I kill. The god of war, Prince of Lanling, Gao Chunggong, was poisoned by Gao Wei, because he was too good at fighting. Under the joint efforts of several generations of father pitters, disappointments, the Yuan family of Northern Zhou inexplicably lay down and won, unifying the north. But every family has its own difficulties. Emperor Xuan of Northern Zhou, Yuan Yun, was also a disappointing son addicted to wine and women. He selected beauties nationwide to fill his harem. Finally, due to excessive indulgence, his body failed him in his 20s. He handed his son Yuan Chan to his father-in-law Yang Jie. But before 2 years passed, Yuan Chan was forced to abdicate to Grand Chancellor Yang Jie. Northern Zhou perished from then on. In 589 AD, Yang Guang led the army to destroy the Chen dynasty. The world entered a new unified dynasty again, the Sui dynasty. If you liked this, please click to follow. Next time, I'll take you through the history of the Sui dynasty in one go.